Probably no one missed me because I simply do not have a big enough audience for that. But I am back. And the reason that I've been long for a really long time is because university, I had my final exams and stuff like that. I've been quite busy with other stuff. I have been working on a zoo, so there should be a upload, hopefully sometime soon, of a full zoo tour of one of my zoos I've been working on. A zoo that you must be quite familiar with if you've seen my stuff. But in the meantime, I thought to get myself back into the whole YouTube ordeal, I will do a ranking of all the packs. I haven't done a review on the Barnyard Animal Pack, so I will be doing a review within this tier list. I think the tier list is the perfect kind of setting to do a review for the new packs that I haven't done a review on yet. So that basically being the Barnyard Animal Pack. So I won't be doing a Barnyard Animal Zoo because that's the problem really. I can't really do a Barnyard Animal Pack on its own. But I will do a review on a build that I have made utilizing the Barnyard Animal Pack pieces and animals. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. Let's go into the tier listing, I guess. The last time I've done a tier list was quite a while ago. I don't remember how long time ago, but there have been some new packs since. So let's see how much my opinion has changed, I guess. Alright, so let's make a tier list. Remember that it's my opinion, so obviously you probably will have different opinions, and my opinions are based on some certain categories and certain parameters, which may be those things you wouldn't consider yourself if you would be ranking these DLCs. Oh, and also I have not looked at my previous ranking because I wanted to go in fresh, see how different my opinions have changed. I will compare them with my previous video at the end of the video. But let's just start with the deluxe pack. It's bad. It's not bad, I don't think they're all bad, but since it is a tier list and I have to, one has to be the lowest, it has to be the deluxe upgrade pack. It does have some really good animals, especially the Komodo dragon that I use quite often. The pygmy hippo is really good. Is it the Thompson? Yeah, the Thompson gazelle's fine, but yeah, but it's only 3 animals, so you know, that's why it will be ranked last. No building pieces, no animals. That's why it's basically just deemed to lose. Now this is a good time to explain how I will be ranking the packs. I really enjoy building pieces, so I will be ranking most of the asset packs, like the proper expansion packs, higher than the simple animal packs. So that can definitely be different for a lot of you who prefer the animals. But a lot of the animal packs have grown on me, so maybe some will be ranking higher than I did previously. But yeah, mostly it's what I look at the building pieces. Are the building pieces okay? Are the animals a good selection of animals? Is it a combination of the two, or is it just one of the two that's good? We'll look at basically those sort of stuff. And that brings me to the Arctic pack. Now, I really enjoy building with the Scandinavian sort of theme, so that helps. So yeah, I do quite like it. I think it's a good idea to put this one in the middle, because it does only have 4 animals, whilst all the other packs have at least 5. So obviously it won't be anywhere near best or great. I might even drop it down to fine. I don't think it's a bad pack. It's definitely better than the deluxe upgrade pack. So I will keep it in the middle just for now, because it is the first pack. And I do actually like the animals, or at least most of them. I like the polar bear and the reindeer. I don't really use the doll sheep all that much, and I wasn't really a big fan of the Arctic wolf, although now actually I do quite like the Arctic wolf. Now that we have the Arctic fox, I do quite like the Arctic wolf, but I wasn't really a big fan of the Arctic wolf just because it felt like it robbed us of the Arctic fox, basically. But yeah, no, I think the Arctic wolf is a good addition. It gives some diversity to some subspecies, since it is a subspecies. So that is quite cool. As a zoology enthusiast, I quite like those sort of additions. The building pieces, well, let's just say that a lot of them are quite niche. There are a lot of Christmas decorations, which I don't really enjoy. A lot of the wood pieces are not recolorable, whilst a lot of the new packs are, so that kind of drops it down, just for me, because back at the time it was a really good pack, because there was some really good wood beam pieces that I used to use a lot. But now that we have a lot of other beams, especially if you go to Twilight pack and stuff, they just have way better pieces to utilize instead of the ones that we get for the Attic pack. And then the ice pieces I never use. So yeah, a lot of them are quite niche pieces, so perhaps, yeah, maybe it's only just a fine pack. Now this may be a bit controversial. I don't know what the common consensus is on the South America pack, but I'm gonna just put it here. Maybe above Arctic pack, because it does have an extra animal, and I do actually prefer the building pieces. I do actually no, it has bamboo, and that is quite good. I do use the bamboo quite frequently. The temple pieces I should probably use more, but I don't really use those temple pieces all that much. I do think that actually the bamboo pieces are quite good, so maybe it's better. You know what? I think South America is a good middle ground, so I'll keep South America in the middle. Now when you look at the animals, it is the only pack in the entire game to add New World Monkey, so that's definitely a bonus, because we have only one species of New World Monkey, which is ridiculous. We should get more. By the way, Frontier, please add more New World Monkeys. Australia pack. Now, the Australia pack is probably good as well, but better than South America. Now, here's the thing. I'm a really big fan of the animals. I have a soft spot for Australia. I love every single animal in the pack a lot. I love them a lot. I use them quite frequently. I don't really like the building pieces. So that's why it's not great, but it's only good. Although I must give credit to the building pieces, because there are some that I use quite frequently, like those metal beams, those rods. Those are really good actually. So that's actually a piece that I use almost in every single one of my zoos. So I guess that may just bump it up to great, but for now I'll just put it above South America pack and see how the rest ranks. Because it's just difficult to have these ranks in my opinion, because it feels like good and great is such a big difference. Then again, there's best as well. So maybe it is great. I'll just keep it in good for now. I want to be a bit more critical when I'm ranking these packs. And it's not because it's good that I think it's fine or bad. It's not because it's bad that I think it's bad. I do actually like every single pack in the game, every single one of them. It's just that in comparison to the other packs, how would I rank them? And then that's why Aquatic pack goes into best. Because Aquatic pack it's amazing. It is amazing. The building pieces are great. I use them all the time. The animals are great. I use them a lot. Deep diving, it introduced deep diving. Although a lot of the deep diving animals that we've got in later packs, I must say I enjoy more than the ones we've got here. But King Penguin is amazing, by the way. Although the two other penguins I do prefer. So the caiman is cool. I add the caiman in almost every single reptile house because it's a small reptile. And then we have the seal, which actually I love. I'm a huge fan of the seal. So best, maybe great. Maybe I'm pushing it down to great because the pieces are good. No, actually faux rock, sorry, best. Next, oh god, our first animal pack. The most controversial pack, or one of the most controversial packs. Fine. It was fine. The animals are fine. Actually, if you've watched the recent series I've made, or the recent build, or zoo rather, Napu Ridge, it's the first zoo that I've ever utilized the sun bear. Not that I dislike the sun bear, I've just never really gotten the opportunity to use it. So yeah, that's since very recently was the first time to finally use every single animal in the pack. They're good animals. I like the more obscure ones, so I must say they're good animals, definitely. I like all of them. Sun bear's great, even though I've never used them before until recently. I'm a big fan of the clouded leopard. The Malayan tapir is quite decent, especially since it's kind of rework it has received, I think. Wait, am I remember? Is this like a Mandela effect? I'm pretty sure it got a rework, right? You know, now I have to Google it. Oh yeah, it's definitely a redesign. Oh my god. Red Panda Reggie, hello, thank you. Big fan. Yeah, okay, thank you, Red Panda. Always here to help. Right. So yeah, since the Malayan Tapir rework, which is many packs after the actual release of this pack, I'm a big fan of the Malayan Tapir as well, and the Binturong. Actually, I have a really soft spot for the Binturong. Africa pack is best. I love the Africa pack. I love the animals, although I don't use them all the time. I don't use them like super frequently, but the pieces are the best. What would I be without the pieces? Those plaster pieces are literally the best pieces I've ever seen, maybe rivaling with the faux rocks. So yes, even though the animals aren't like, oh no, I mean I really enjoy the animals. No, actually African penguin, yeah, definitely best. Nothing beats the African penguin. Obviously the other animals are great. I love the fennec fox, love the white rhinoceros, love the the meerkats, but the pieces are stunning, so easily best. Now another animal pack, and this time the North American animal pack, and I actually really enjoy the animals, so I might put this one in good, above Australia pack even. No, under. Oh, this is difficult because you know what, above. I'll tell later why when we get to one of the later packs, but yeah, Planet Zoo North America pack has some great animals. A lot of semi-aquatic animals, and I love semi-aquatic animals. No building pieces, but honestly, you know, the animals are really good. I have to admit, they're really good. But because there are no pieces, it's hard for me to put it any higher, really. Europe pack. Best. Yeah, best. Maybe great. Maybe I've bumped it down since. I was maybe a bit biased for Europe. The reason I think it's one of the best packs, maybe not best, but maybe just great. The reason why it's a great pack is because the animals are amazing. The badger is one of my favorite animals ever. And before we had the Euro pack, basically since the release of the game, I wanted the badger, and they added it, the European badger. Love it. Even if it was just the European badger, it would have at least made it to good. But then the building pieces, which, what can I say? The building pieces, they are so good for detailing, for European stuff. Not only for European stuff, the decals. My god, the decals. How? I don't know why I'm being so dramatic about a pack, but Europe pack adding decals is amazing. Okay, I love the decals, and that's why it's great. Maybe not best, maybe just because the decals are only a small bit of this entire set. There's a lot of pieces I will never use in the Euro pack. Maybe that's why it's only great instead of best. And that brings us to our wetlands pack, which, surprise, surprise, will be in the great category. It's an animal pack. Yeah, it's in the great category, and I think it may be the best animal pack we've gotten, full stop. Although there are some good contenders, but not only do we have capybaras, not only do we have the red-crowned cranes, but we also have some Australian wildlife with the platypus, and also we have the best otter in the game, the small quad otter, and then also, just for a good measure, we have some extras like the caiman and the two hoofstock species, one of the best rosters ever. And the roster is that good that I can kind of like forgive it lacking any building pieces. Next, oh god, conservation pack. This is a difficult one because I do really like this is kind of the opposite. I really enjoy the building pieces a lot. Like, they're good. The building pieces are good. I use them quite frequently. I don't really use the animals that frequently, although I've been using the Przewalski's horse for a lot of my zoos now. So I guess I do really like the Przewalski's horse. It is my favorite in the pack, actually. It's a good pack. Building pieces are great. The animals kind of bump it down. It's not that I don't like the animals, because I like all animals. It's just that compared to a lot of the other rosters we've got, it doesn't stick out, you know? But the building pieces, you know, having all the backstage pieces is really cool. So I definitely do like that. It has it has kind of encouraged me to go into more of the realism of the zoo, since before that I didn't really do that. Okay, Twilight Pack, that's best. Twilight Pack this is probably my top 3 favorite packs, because Twilight Pack adds the best building pieces, also some really themed ones, obviously, because it is a Halloween themed pack, but also a lot of the best packs, best pieces in the entire game. I use those pieces, I think, in literally every single build ever. And then also the animals are one of the best of any pack. I mean, look, a lot of people dislike the animals because they're all like just small, kind of insignificant animals, I guess. I'm a huge fan of the wombat because it is Australian, of course. And the red fox is a great addition to some more European wildlife. And then we can't forget the bats, the Egyptian fruit bats. Oh no, the Egyptian... Is it fruit bats? Yeah, the Egyptian fruit bats. They introduced a whole new exhibit type. So yeah, I think that is actually really, really great. So easily my favorite pack. Next, Grassland Pack. Actually, this one will be contending with the Wetland Pack. Maybe it's even better, because although the... Oh, this is difficult. So here's the thing, right? I'm basically judging the pack on the amount of Australia, and the Grassland Pack has... Correct me if I'm wrong, it has 2 Australian animals, being the emu and the wallaby, whilst the Wetlands Pack only adds 1. The Wetlands Pack does have the capybara, so it is one of my favourite animals, but the Grassland Pack adds butterflies, 5 species of butterflies, so that is quite game-changing. Well, not game-changing, but that is quite significant as well. Also, I have a bit of a soft spot since the Grassland Pack was the pack that kind of boosted my YouTube channel with the striped hyena and the whole zoo, basically, from that point forward. So yeah, I do have a bit of a soft spot for the Grassland Animal Pack. So it is a great pack. Is it better than Europe? It might be better than Europe. This is a very daring thing to do, but I think it might actually be better than Europe, Grassland Animal Pack. Okay, the Tropical Pack. Now, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just I'm putting it somewhere. The Tropical Pack is where does it feel right? Is it great? I think it is. I think it might be great, because not only does it add the Fusa, which is once again one of my favorite animals, and I do have a lot of favorite animals, as you have realized by now. It adds the gibbon, which is great. It adds the red river hog, which is great. It adds the sloth, which is great. It adds something else, which I don't remember because it's probably insignificant. No, actually, no. The Asian water monitor. That's also quite good. And then the building pieces are basically just better than the South America pack. They're just better versions. Well, therefore, I think it is better. Maybe on the lower side of great, but it is actually great. I do use those walls, those like thin brick walls, for a lot of things because it feels modern. You can use it in a very modern setting, even though it's supposed to be temple pieces. It works. It really works. I've used it in Pinapu Ridge a lot. As if you have seen the series, definitely check it out. As you can see me use a lot of those tropical pack pieces, and I think I prefer it above the wetlands, and maybe above Europe, but simply because I do use those pieces more than I use the decals, I think. And the animals, I think, are generally a more like a better roster, so I might actually put it there. Now, if you know my videos, you probably know by now that I do not like the Arid Animal Pack. I don't. I really don't. It's better than the deluxe upgrade, obviously. We can agree on that. It's just no building pieces, which is already a red flag, but no good animals. It has good animals, but not a lot that I really enjoy. They're all generally good, right? Because as I said, I enjoy all animals, and I do think it fills out an area of the world that was quite unrepresented, which is the desert. But at the same time, I think Frontier made a tiny mistake by just only adding African animals. I think it would be quite cool to add some other animals from deserts around the world, like, you know, the roadrunner, for example, the coyote. We could have seen some Arabian, well, obviously the dromedary camel is Arabian, but some other Arabian animals, maybe something from Mongolia. You know, they could have fledged it out a bit more, made it a bit more interesting. But this is what we got. I must say there's two animals I really enjoy, which is the porcupine and the sandcat. The rest I appreciate. I do appreciate all the other animals, especially the wild ass. I must say I like. Maybe I'm just something with like the horse model that I do quite enjoy. Models are astonishing even. Like the dromedary camel looks so good compared to the Bactrian, and maybe for that I can bring it to the fine because it's not bad. You know, it has 8 animals, so it's fine. I can't be too harsh on it. Okay, I'm very biased since if you do know me, I have been promoting an island pack for the longest time, and this is basically that. So I should rank it best, right? Because it not only adds 4 animals that were on the top of my wish list for the longest time ever, but also it adds a lot of building pieces that I do use, surprisingly enough, even though they are quite niche sometimes, but I do use them, especially because the thatch pieces are like off-grid and quite generic, so you can use them for a lot of different themes, like European themes and stuff. So I do quite like the building pieces, but it's mostly the animals. It has a Tasmanian devil. How can I say no to a Tasmanian devil? If I would be very honest with me, I would probably rank it at the top of great, because maybe it's not best because the building pieces aren't completely the best. You know what I mean? Like, if Oceania had better building pieces, it would have easily been best. Easily. Maybe even at the top of best, because of the fact that it has all my favorite animals. But because the building pieces aren't the best, it cannot deserve best, I think. It really hurts to put it in great instead of best, but I have to be honest with myself. It is just great. But it is at the top of great. It's just missing out on best. So yeah, I think that's a fair ranking. Eurasia pack. I love the swan and I love the wolverine. I generally like a lot of the other animals that they've added. So that, I think it's fine. But then I have a look at the other packs. Is it better than the South American pack? Probably. Maybe not better, but it could compete. It is only an animal pack, and the swan is astonishing. I could put it higher, maybe even better than the Australia pack, although that does hurt on my builder hat and on my Australian lover hat, because Australia being this low does really put a tear on my face. Maybe not as good as Australia pack. Oh, that's South America. No, okay, hold on. There you go. I think this is a fair ranking for my standards, because I do actually think that the actual animals are one of the best when it comes to texture-wise. I think it's great. But I think if I look at all the animal rosters from this point forward, like everything above Eurasia pack, I think they are better. And I think that's a fair point to say. I think they are better. But I do really like the animal roster. Like, I'm a big fan. I have to put it over Australia pack because I think it is higher quality. I think the quality is higher than the Australia pack. And even though the Australia pack has some really good building pieces, I just think the quality of Eurasia pack is higher. And I think I've got on a soft spot for animal packs since my previous ranking. Now, finally, the Barnyard Animal Pack, I have said, was my least favorite pack. I think it's the same. I think it's there. It used to be the Arid Animal Pack, but I think it's... I know a lot of you really love it. I don't really love it. I have actually built a petting zoo since, so I will do a tour of that. I haven't built it on camera, unfortunately. I was busy with university. I was doing some stuff in between, and then before I knew, I've built a whole petting zoo. So I might do a review. You know what? Let's go into the petting zoo right now. Alright, so I have been playing around with the Barnyard Animal Pack a bit, and I've built a petting zoo for all the animals of the pack, and I think I can do a review now of the pack, my opinions, what I like, what I dislike. Maybe I have a more positive opinion about it since last time. So yeah, this is a petting zoo that I've built in a zoo that I'm working on off camera. So this is obviously all walkthrough, and we have all the animals here. This theme is more Scandinavian, and this gets me to kind of like my first point. Yes, it did include building pieces. I haven't really used any of them in this whole like entire petting zoo, with the exception of the fence right here. What I have done, however, is a lot of the scenery kind of pieces I have integrated into the like habitats. Like, for example, I've added a water spout and a bucket, just to use the pieces, I guess. The whole like feature with like the guests being able to walk freely is a really great idea. I think it's definitely a good step in the right direction when it comes to like the guest AI and petting zoos and stuff like that. I just don't really like how it's executed all that much. It feels weird, I think, because basically how it works is the guests will use the path that I put down to walk around, and then they can, if they want, they can go off-road and walk anywhere in the enclosure. You can also select how frequently they will go off-road, which I have put it to the minimum. But this brings me to my next issue I have with the whole system is, now they can free roam, but it just feels weird. It just feels like, obviously they're walking in straight lines, they're just kind of like mindlessly roaming about as if they are part of the attraction. I don't know what it is, but it's just something about it. This helps. The fact that they actually interact with the animal, that helps with the whole thing. I don't know, it's weird. Obviously it's the AI, it's very base level. It's a step in the right direction. As I said, it's the first time they're adding something new to the guest AI, which I really do appreciate. Also the fast walking is weird. Why do they do the fast walking? I have no idea. But yeah, I like the animals, I guess. I won't use them ever, except for when I'm specifically building a petting zoo, which I hardly don't do. But if I do really like the donkey, definitely one of my favorites. I like the chicken models. Like, I like the models of all the animals. I like the animations, really well done. Definitely, Frontier definitely one-upped themselves. I like the pig as well. Very good texture. Looks like a domestic pig. What more can you say, right? So let's continue towards like the next. Oh, and the babies are absolutely cute. They make cute noises. I love them. Okay. The animals have grown on me more. I have gotten less negative about the animals. The building pieces are okay. This fence is good. I'm a huge fan of this fence. I probably will use the fence more. I just haven't really played enough since I had exams and stuff to really try out all the stuff. I've added more of the pieces like that we've gotten, and they are cool. Like, they are in theme. I like the whole farm theme of it. I like this well and stuff. They're not too heavily themed, so I think you can utilize them for a lot of different stuff. You have some milk cans. No, not cans. However you call them. Milk. You have milk. Not a lot of piece-to-piece usage. A lot of like scenery pieces, which I don't mind. Okay, I really appreciate this. It's good for people who don't really want to build things piece by piece, and I think they look good. And they are quite versatile, generally speaking. The alpaca is definitely one of my favorites, because I can kind of use the alpaca outside of petting zoo aesthetic, I feel like. So yeah, definitely a fan of the alpaca. Also a great texture. The fuzzy fur looks so good. Honestly, great. The same, like, this is the thing, right? The pack is high quality. It is of the most high quality of any of the packs so far. Look at the fur of these animals. Great. Love it. The goat looks... Not the goat. The sheep looks amazing, right? It's not my type of animals. I like the wild animals. That's just a personal preference. But I do think it's a high quality pack. It's just not my high quality pack, if that makes sense. The goats, I wish the goats had more variety when it comes to coloration. I do think that is a shame. But they do look like an iconic goat, so that is quite cool. The baby goats look very, very cute. Love them a lot. That is actually really cute. I will say the goats are one of my favorites as well. And then finally, the Highland cattle. I was most excited for the Highland cattle since that's another animal that I can use outside of the domestic petting zoo kind of setting. But I do feel like the Highland cattle is the worst when it comes to the texture, unfortunately. I feel like it doesn't really translate when it comes to like the really long fur that they have in real life, but still quite a really cool animal in the game. So yes, maybe I was really harsh on ranking the domestic animal pack last, because maybe it doesn't deserve to be last place. But in my personal preference, when it comes to how do I think I will be using these animals and how do I think I will be utilizing the pieces, then yeah, I think it does deserve last place in my personal ranking. But I totally get that a lot of you love the pack and probably have it on one of their #1 spots. But yeah, this is my final ranking. How much has it changed compared to my previous ranking? Let's have a look actually. Alright, so this is my ranking video. Let's have a look where I've ranked the animals. Hold on, I'll show you. Is this my final ranking? Oh no, I'm switching stuff up. This is my final ranking. This right here. What do I think? If we compare it to my previous ranking, a lot of it is similar. Oh wow, Grassland has gone up. It seems the Arctic pack has gone down. I mean, that makes sense. I think that's fair ranking. Even Australia, I think, has gone down generally since it was first at the top of like B tier, and now it's more to the back of B tier. I think that's a fair ranking, and oh, surprisingly enough, these two have stayed the same. And now the addition of the Barnyard pack down there, unfortunately. So yeah, that was basically my ranking of all the Planet Zoo DLCs. Will we get more? Yes, we will, because they confirmed it. Will we get more after that? That only time will tell. But let me know your rankings in the comments. If you disagree, if you agree, anything, criticize my ranking, please. I love getting critique. I love seeing your stuff, how you enjoy the game. Maybe you have different ways of ranking it. I love reading your comments. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.